there were two interventions that this government did. And incidentally, I must say, they're very important interventions. People have asked, why are you bailing out? Why help the state? States should go and sort themselves out. The truth is, outside of maybe Lagos and Abuja and maybe Port Harcourt, and a few other places like Ogun, Oyo, if state government does not pay salary, nothing happens in those states. The state government is the biggest employer of labour. Over 2 million people are employed by state and local government. So once they don't pay salaries, economic activity stops. And part of the slowdown that we're seeing, people don't get salaries, they don't pay their landlord can't pay school fees, so the knock-on effect, the multiplier effect of that is considerable. We believe we're trying to stimulate this economy. You cannot stimulate an economy if 2 million people, the largest single employer of labour across the nation, cannot pay salaries. It doesn't. It won't work.
But sorry to cut you there, but it must have to stop. You don't have to continue giving them bailout because what is happening now, we just might liken it to what happened when President Obama came on board in the United States. He had to bail out a lot of big firms and big companies and even some of those banks. But we're talking about a system whereby some of these states have been bailed out and now they're asking for more money. When will it stop? Right. And that's where the fiscal sustainability plan comes in. We're saying it's conditional. You will sign up and to say, this is my headcount target. I must not spend more than X percentage of my revenue on salaries. I must not grow my overhead by this amount. So we're making it conditional and they will sign up. You see, to adjust an economy takes time. A governor cannot just come in. I know one of the commentators said it should just sack people. These are human beings. These are people who have a responsibility. So even if you want to gradually reduce headcount, there's a way to do it. But the first thing is, who are you even paying? Do you even know who your staff are? In many cases, and we've done this, we found ghost workers. We know there are ghost workers at stake. So clean house first. Understand what your true salary bill is. Is it sustainable? Do I have enough IGR with the federal allocation, do I have enough IGR to meet my expenses? These are things that you and I, all of us do in how we manage our own personal finances. We're saying, do your housekeeping. That's a condition of, and it's not a bailout, it's a restructured loan. That's what we've done. We're also looking at the fact that, and the state governments have made this point, and it is in many cases a very valid point, that the federal government owes the states money in many cases. In many cases, the federal government has not maintained federal roads. In many states, and including the one that I was privileged to serve in, police, for example, is a federal government function. All the vehicles were provided by the state government. Running costs, fuel was being provided by state, and this is being replicated across the country.
Are those some sort of payback to the states?
Well, no, because what we think is that, and this is the fundamental, if we get federal government working properly, state governments then focus on what you are supposed to be focusing on. And then the system begins to work. Then local government focus on what you are supposed to be focusing on. But you know how it is. People don't belong to the federation. They live in a state. And if there are no services, they shout. And so people have to do something. And the nearest tier of government is the state governments. So there's a tendency for the state governments, and they've been doing this, go and borrow money to fix a federal bridge. No. Let's get the federal government to do the federal government's job, then the state government should do the state government jobs, and then let's separate responsibilities and have proper financial relationships between the two.